Hello! So we've had the last couple of days with Moon in Pisces. Moon is going into Aries today, and it'll be there for all of today and for tomorrow, Monday, and even the first part of Tuesday. The last couple of days have been a healing time period, a reflective time period, an introspective time period, a meditative time period. Or it's been a lot of emotion. Well, I think and/or it's been a lot of emotions that we've had to delve into, to understand, to feel, whether they're our own emotions or those of others. Again, we're still in Scorpio season. We have Mercury and Mars conjunct in Scorpio. There's a lot of intense emotions, and I think that's the best thing that we should focus on for today is this particular opposition of Mars and Mercury, exactly opposite transiting Uranus, is very intense right now. Like we've been talking about, we knew this was coming, this is all good, it's fine, but it's a lot of emotions. It's a lot of potentially anger, a lot of fear. And I think that that's really the big challenge here, like we've been talking about, is to understand what are we afraid about. Something that's been really helpful for me in navigating this for myself is figuring out, okay, so this stellium is in a particular house. I feel like it is for each of us. For me, it's in my fourth house. And it's opposite Uranus, again, for each of us in some other particular house. And for me, it's my 10th house. So just as a kind of parallel, but this could really apply to for every house. And it's good to know what house this is affecting. But even if you don't know your astrological chart, it's good to ask yourself, okay, what am I afraid of and what can I help for that fear? So for me, I've been returning to some fears from childhood, especially as per scarcity, not having enough. And I've been trying to figure out, okay, so my fear obviously is not having enough in life, specifically financially, right? I'm trying to break into another level. I'm trying to level up and to be able to influence more people because I feel like there's a lot of good stuff that I have to offer, and we all have to offer, of course, but I've worked really hard over the last 10 years to continue to learn and grow and to grow my empathy. So in this process, for me, my opposition is, so we know the fear, right? And again, for each one of us, ask yourself this: if you don't know the house, or if you do know the house that this stellium is occurring in, ask yourself, what am I afraid of? It's pretty easy to just get to the core of it. Like, okay, this is what I'm afraid of. This is what's on my mind. This is what's going on. And even if things are going good, okay, well, this is what I want to be able to move to the next level. How do I want to grow? But I think for all of us, there's that temptation. So we never want to get arrogant. We always want to be mindful that there's always going to be some kind of challenge present. So we need to just be aware of it. And even if we're not like, oh, I'm feeling so much fear, even if we're not like that, even if we're feeling pretty good overall, again, we just want to be mindful of that. Still, what am I afraid of? How can I grow even more so and be inspired by that fear, to move through that fear? And how can I evolve as a person even further? So, but again, for each of us, there's a good chance that there's something that is majorly on our minds during this time, whatever it might be. So again, look at the house, ask yourself, what am I afraid of? And then look at Uranus. That is going to be the key to solving your fear. So for example, for me, I need to be able to grow in my career by doing new things. That is what Uranus is all about, by changing the formula. Now, I'm not going to change that much. I'm very happy overall with it, where things are at. Again, fear tends to exaggerate. It tends to make things seem, oh my goodness, but in actuality, there's still a lot of good that's happening. So overall, I love doing astrology readings. I love writing books, and I'm moving forward. That's a key thing, for my music. I'm focusing on doing cover songs. Cool, I got to do that. And I'm really focused on growing TikTok. So by the way, if anybody has any tips, I would really appreciate that, because I really want to grow. I feel like TikTok is the key to be able to let a lot of people know that I exist who don't know I exist, that I could potentially really help. And again, that's my thing, and that's a mutual benefit. It's like, oh wow, then things are really going good. It's like, cool, I'm booked for several weeks, but I'd really like to be booked for months, or at least have a lot more reach, not for greed purposes, but just to be able to keep growing as a person and to keep helping people. So that's really the key for each of us, is where is all this happening in our chart. And if you don't know, then I really recommend you can find out on your own. It's a little bit more tricky. Honestly, quite frankly, just talk to an astrologer like myself. It's probably one of the best ways to just figure out, okay, what is going on as per fear in my life? How do I need to use this fear to grow? How do I move past the fear? How do I move through the fear? How do I get inspired by it in a positive sense? So, and again, Uranus, wherever that's happening in your chart, to understand what needs to change, because if there's fear, that means there's something needs to be changed. You need to grow in some particular way so that you're not vulnerable to that fear in a particular way. And it could be awareness, could be a practical shift like it is for me, could be this or that or whatever. But I think no matter what, for each of us, is going to be awareness is a key thing. Is we want to just be aware of the fear and let it inspire us to move forward and to help us to evolve in some major way. So for me, I know it's like, no, I'm not a victim. Like, I just need to try new things and get my name out there in new ways. And specifically, I feel TikTok is a great way to do that. So we all have solutions. I think that's really important to keep in mind, is there's always solutions for whatever we're afraid of or we're struggling with or going through. And it helps to talk about these things. It helps to figure out these things. So, and again, I'm one of those people who can help. There's a lot of other people who could help as well, though. I'm not trying to make this about me. I think one last thing is the moon in Aries. So I think especially with what's going on as per these particular energies, the next 2 days can be wonderful for being able to get started on things, and that's what I'm looking forward to. Again, just as a parallel, hopefully to inspire you for the next couple of days. Like, cool, okay, I'm gonna try. I know what kind of format TikTok video I'm gonna do with astrology, and I know, with writing with my book. Okay, I know what I need to get done with that, and of course, I'm gonna keep practicing those cover songs for doing a YouTube video soon, within the next month or so. So use the next 2 days for moving forward. The last 2 days have been more introverted, more introspective. Now is the time to get into action, to actually make positive things happen. We have a very, very amazing full moon coming up that is particularly centered around all of that we've been talking about. So use the next 2 days to make sure that you're going into that full moon with really good momentum, really good positive energy, really good focus, really good growth. So that you're doing away with the fear and you're growing through it and you're evolving forward always. It can be really helpful. If you don't, then it can be a full moon that's very stressful, and that's just not necessary. Let's not even go down that road. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do positive energy and having fun, moving forward, keeping our action helpful and truly moving forward. Infinite love to you, my friends. Namaste. Peace.